Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have a upscale apartment build. So I have already built the shell and I'm showing you the shell right here. So this is the shell that we will be working with today, and it is like a little bit more of a classic style. Yeah, I saw a picture on Pinterest when I was nosing around there and I got really inspired by it. I thought, you know what, this would make a really cool apartment building. So this is what we're going to be building in today, and we are going to be building in level 1 of this apartment building, and then I will do a level 2 in a separate video. So I think it is time that we kick off and have a look at what I did. So this is the interior. So the little square in behind the stairs, that is going to be the laundry room / water heater fuse box area. So it's going to be a shared area, and this front section of level 1 is also going to be a shared sort of hangout area. Now I did, you won't see me put the water heater in the build because I forgot. I did that afterwards when I was taking the photos and realized that I had in fact forgotten it. But that's cool. I think it might be in the tour photos. Anywho, so I had it in my head that this, because it was going to be like a sort of an upscale apartment, that I kind of needed to go traditional. So initially, I think this outside area worked really nicely because I'm going with the decor to the max stuff and mixing it with the modern luxe kit stuff. So it's some really nice modern sort of classy stylish stuff that I'm working with. But when I moved into decorating the first apartment, I kind of had it stuck in my head that I had to like make it traditional. And so you'll see me like build like the bathroom and start like on the bedroom, I think, and then I kind of had a break and then came back to it and I was like, what am I doing? It doesn't have to be traditional, it's not looking good. I'm gonna change it. And so you'll see like there'll be like a color change like yeah, a little bit into the part where I start building the actual apartment side of things, and because I just had this epiphany where I'm like, what, I don't need to build this as traditional, it just needs to be sort of luxe and yeah, gorgeous. It doesn't need to be traditional and old school at all. So this is why I'm using the base game wallpaper at the moment, and yeah, I will change that a little bit later, although not by much. You'll see what I do. Anywho, so in the shared area, just making it like a tea and coffee area. I've been doing that quite a bit in the shared areas with my apartments, just mainly because I really like the little kettle. I think it's cute. So, you know, and like tea is kind of a tradition in the area. I actually built this on the Hounds Head lot in Brindleton Bay, so I didn't actually build this in Tomarang. It is on a larger lot, so I think this is on a 64 by 64 lot, so it is a big lot and a big build. So this isn't one that would fit in Tomarang, so it's not designed to fit in there. But you do need the for rent pack to be able to use it as 2 separate units. But if you want to and you don't have the for rent pack, although I think I use it in the build, obviously, if you want to replace the stuff and the bits and pieces, then yeah, you can go ahead and use it as just somewhere for people to live, and it's just on 2 levels. But I think it's more designed as a unit kind of thing. So a fancy penthouse unit and a downstairs unit, which is not quite as large. But yeah, it's all coming together here. So I decided to do the bar because I've fallen in love with the bar back that came with the for rent pack. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's so cute. So I was like, right, I'm going to do like a bar area and like a tea and coffee area. So there's plenty of socializing options. Plus there's like a backyard with the pool and everything there. So plenty of socializing options there. So this is the laundry area. So I'm going to create it as a laundry, and then later I'll add in the water heater and the fuse box as well. So it is making it all a functional kind of unit. I think I put the air conditioning units in, but I forget heaters, so I will add those in, or I'll try to remember to add those in before I put this up on the gallery, because I'm recording this a little bit before it will go up on the gallery. And I'll go through and play test it. I haven't play tested it yet, so I'll go through and fix all those things then. Yeah, so this is the space that we have to work with here. So you see me going with the base game wallpaper there. So this will change later on as I get my epiphany about what I am doing and how I am doing it. So sometimes, you know, you might have an idea in your head as to how something should go, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work or that you have the right idea for the build. Because, you know, I kind of because I had the inspiration to work with for the shell, and I actually initially was going to show you guys the build of the shell as well, but I don't know what happened, and anyway, you don't get to see it, you just get to see pictures. Something happened somewhere. Oh well, these things happen in the game of content creation. So this is downstairs is going to be a very large 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. So there is heaps of space. You know, you think luxury, you think space, right? So I didn't want to make it squishy and like get lots of rooms into the one space. I mean, you can always change it if you want more rooms in the spaces anyway. But anyway, this is going to be a big bathroom, and I will change the colours on this a little bit further on. I had this vision in my head that the bottom apartment would be in cream and blue. So that was my vision for the bottom apartment, and my vision for the top apartment was pale grey and pink with maybe touches of yellow. So I'll let you guys see what happens there. I don't know how well I stuck to this plan at all, but yeah, it was cream and blue for this downstairs apartment. And you see, I'm sort of using the Realm of Magic counters at the moment because I'm going with sort of the gold cream kind of theme, and I don't keep that. So you'll see how I change it soon, I think. But I'm just going to build out the bathroom with little bits and pieces. So I wanted to have like plenty of counter space because, you know, if it's luxe, you want to have like lots of space to spread out your stuff. And I did the big mirrors from base game that sit in behind there. This is not a limited pack build, by the way. This is a everything goes pack build. I was thinking about making it limited pack, but then I don't know what happened when I did the building of the shell, but I was using kits and stuff. I was like, oh, well, it's just going to be everything. I'm not going to limit myself here. It is, you know, and I think that's probably good anyhow because I had Decor to the Max and Modern Luxe were like a big part of some of the building stuff that I used because it is a Luxe build, and those are two kits that actually work really well with Luxe builds. I find Decor to the Max is definitely a lot more specialised, but there are some really nice items in there that are quite flexible and can be used. Like the coffee table, I absolutely love. I love those rugs, but they are harder to use, but I was able to use it with this build because it worked really nicely. And what else? There's a few things that I really like. I find the wallpapers can be quite challenging to use, but I think they're probably pretty good as a feature wallpaper. I can't think of what else is in the pack right now, but yeah, there's a few things that I do like to use, but it is a little bit harder to use. Modern Luxe I absolutely love and will basically use all of the time if I can get away with it. Right, so this is where I went back out into the shared area and just finished that off because I realized I hadn't finished that off. I needed to put like some more furniture in there. I was missing rugs and that sort of thing. And this is where I'm contemplating what I am doing with life and what I have done with this build so far, and I'm not liking how it's going. So I'm having a wee think about that as I build in the back of my mind and how I'm going to proceed. So this is about where I'm starting to think I need to change the colors. So this is where I'm like looking at changing the floors. So I've changed the floors to the grey that I had in the front in the marble, and then I realized that's probably not working, so I'm going to switch the marble to the brown marble, and that's actually a lot softer and warmer, so I really like that a lot more. I completely forget to change the stairs though, the wallpaper on the stairs, so I will change that before that goes up on the gallery. I noticed that as I was editing the build. I was like, oh, whoopsie. I mean, it's actually quite a similar wallpaper, but, you know, it's just the Modern Luxe one looks more luxe and a little bit more modern, shockingly, because of the Modern Luxe thing, but yeah. Oh, boy. Anywho, so that is our shed area, fixing that up, and we're getting ready with the colours to change that in the bathroom as well, because I wasn't happy with the wallpaper, and I changed the tiling in the middle just to a black, just to I don't know, I thought it added like a little bit more of a modern touch and a little bit more of a contrast. So I've gone with the Home Chef Hustle wallpaper for now. I don't think I change it, so I think I keep that actually with the blue. And I'm using, I think, the Country Kitchen counters of all things. I just wanted something quite creamy. Yeah, I did. I wanted something quite creamy in colour, and that was kind of the right shade for what I wanted. So that's what the colour I went with. I don't actually use it in the kitchen though. It's a little bit too rustic for the kitchen, but it worked in the bathroom for what I wanted. So then moving into the bedroom. So the bedroom is like huge. Like I normally don't do such large such large bedrooms. That's a walk-in wardrobe. I had allocated way too much space for it, but I just left it. You can have too much space in there. Never too much space in a wardrobe. So yeah, so I ended up thinking what I wanted to do in here. So I'm just starting with the curtains, so while I work out how I'm going to use this space, because it's honestly, it's a massive bedroom, but it ends up working out okay. So I'm just using the Desert Luxe curtains and curtain rails. So those are going around right now. And then I am going to divide the room in half. So I'm going to put the bed like halfway down the bed and then put a wall in, and that's going to divide the room. I didn't want to use a full wall because I thought that would be too blocking. But yeah, a half wall, and I used a contrast colour in the chocolate brown with that, just to mix it up a little bit. And I used the little leaf curtains because I thought that was cute around the bed, and it might be something like you would do that was super cute around your bed. Why not? And I was looking for a picture to put around there, but I couldn't find anything the right size, and I couldn't find anything that I liked. So that was a bit of a struggle. So then I decided, why not put a light there, and then maybe I could put something else on the side table. So I ended up putting like a clock and a tray, a book tray on the side tables. And I thought, well, you know what? That actually works. And then did I put a couple of, yeah, I put a couple of plants on either side of the bed too, and then changed the colour of that, and voila. We have a look. So then pulling in the Modern Luxe rug, basically pulled that together, and then I had this whole big back wall, and I really did not know what to do with that. This little wall, however, I did know what to do with, so that was fortunate. So I started there and did the book nook bookcases around that, and just surrounded the whole TV with it. I will test that out just to make sure the TV does work, otherwise I'll switch the TV that's in there, but it should still work fine, I think. So I just made this area like a little TV area, because I don't think I actually put a TV in the living room. I just put the TV in this area, so this is going to be like their little TV area, and then the outside, I mean, it's quite a showcase kind of home, right? So like the outer area is going to be more about showcasing their home and entertaining and, you know, that sort of thing. It's definitely more about that than it is, you know, sitting there in comfort watching TV. So they can do that in their bedroom, and then they can entertain in the living room. So it did take me a little while just to work out what I wanted to do with a rug, but actually got there in the end. So I was fussing around with how this rug sat for a while. I just wanted to like center the coffee table in the center of the rug. Anyway, got there in the end, and then fleshed that out a little bit with an end table in the middle there, and some flowers, and then something else on the coffee table. I really wish there were like some more medium-sized doors or large-sized doors that weren't just like ginormous. I really had door issues in this build. Anyway, moving on, I did make a vanity little area, and then I decided to do like a seating area along that wall. So I did come up with some plans for what I was going to do with those spaces. So with the vanity, I used the little Modern Luxe chair that we got, and threw in some little bits and pieces from the Flutter kits and stuff and the Modern Luxe kit. I think I'm just flicking through trying to find things actually. So that's not from either of those kits, but I did put like some shelving on the wall and threw some stuff on there as well. Because I thought I needed some extra bits and pieces up on the wall. I love that Blooming Room kit little, what's it called, plant? Oh my gosh. Yes, I love that little plant. I think it's super cute. And I love that it can be like sized up and down so easily, and it looks good no matter what. So that makes me happy. So I just put a little bit of a lamp up there just to add some brightness to the wall. And what am I doing? Oh, I was testing out whether or not the cushion would fit on there or work on there, but the colors were wrong, so I left that off. I was going to add like heaps of cushions and stuff, but yeah, the color palette wasn't quite working for me, so I left it. So just getting a mirror in there from the Modern Luxe, and then Modern Luxe shelving and a stereo, and I think I just put like a little end table or something here. Oh, chess table goes in. I love this little round chess table that came with High School Years, I think it is. I think that's so pretty, and it actually works really nicely with the Modern Luxe kit because it's or the Modern Luxe rug because of the gold in it. And then just using a grown together end table, centering the stereo, and then that's basically just about our bedroom done. We've just got the little study area. I decided to create like a little home office area, so that is what I'm doing here. So if you're wondering why I'm putting like filing cabinets and stuff in, that's because I wanted to make it like a home office area, but they didn't have like really good colors for the filing cabinets. So it's kind of like, I want like different colors. It's not ideal, but I can make it work. It's fine. Anyway, now that leads us off into the hallway area. So we've got this big open space that we have to work with. So we've got to put in our kitchen, dining and living area, as well as our little entrance area. So I'm just going to work on the entrance area, and I built it all out and then realized I don't want it actually here, but it was easy enough to shift, so that's fine. So this is me going, no, I can't go there. It can go there. Off we go. So we're going to have an entrance over on that side of the wall, and I'm going to throw in like a little coat hanger thing, mud room rack, coat rack, whatever you want to call it. I can even remember the name of it, which means it always makes me hard to find it in the game because I can even remember the name of it. But I got there in the end after a good search through. You know how it is. Sometimes you just can't find the thing that you're looking for. And it wasn't that either. I did contemplate putting that in the laundry, but changed my mind because it just looked too outdoorsy. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I should be putting like a garden shed out there. That would work. That's okay. So I'm just doing like some shelving. I think, yeah, I was going to say I put like a cute little shelving unit there in. And now I'm contemplating what I'm going to do with the rest of the space. So I'm going to create like a wall. Well, obviously you can see I've done a wall there, and that's going to be like the kitchen corner. So I'm going to be building a reasonably large sized kitchen. Now I did skip through a bit because it took me, how long? Around about half an hour of fussing around, fussing around, checking colors, I don't know what, to actually decide on what I wanted to do with this kitchen. I was mucking around for so long, but I got there in the end. So I was kind of inspired by this Jungle Adventure shelf. It is something that is not actually in the kitchen section, it's in the surfaces section. And I don't know, I wanted to use it because I liked how it had like the wine glasses hanging down underneath, it had the plates nicely stacked, and then I found like this hutch thing that kind of worked with it as well. So I also added that in because I thought, well, you know, that's cool to use too. So it's kind of like a cobbled together kind of kitchen, but I think it actually ended up looking quite nice. I was like really happy with how it came together, but it's quite different. Like it's not my usual kitchen, that's for sure, because I'm just sort of using different pieces and stuff that I found along the way in my little journey. So then just sort of thinking about what I was going to do with the top cabinets, because I did want to put some top cabinets in, but I wasn't quite sure where or how I was going to do that. And I did have like this big thing because there's like a couple of Jungle Adventure shelving units that you could use, but like they were different colors, and I was like, why are you different colors? Why? It was really frustrating. So I was just like had to search through and like see whether or not I could like find colors that matched, and I was just like a whole thing. This is why I spent so long on it, because it was a drama trying to match colors and decide what I wanted to do. But anyway, it came together in the end. So I'm just doing like a little light above the rubbish bin because it was quite dark in that little corner, and then I wanted to do like a little kitchen island in the middle here. So I'm just working on how that is going to sit. I initially tried these bigger ones, but you couldn't actually sit at these, so I ended up having to go for the smaller curved pieces because of that. It wasn't quite working, and then I pulled it out a little bit because I wanted it to be a little bit more accessible as well. And I love, yeah, this is me realizing I can't use those, so I need to switch to the smaller curve, and then that required some tweaking, blah blah blah. So the kitchen did take me quite a while to do, so it, you know, it's probably lucky you get to see the edited version of it. It was just like me fluffing around. Sometimes you have builds like I've actually find like when I'm building at night, which I was with this one, I tend to fluff around more than I would like if I build in the morning, which is like quite weird. Maybe it's weird, I don't know, but I have noticed it is a thing. I think because my brain's tireder and I can't be as decisive at night. I don't know. There's something about me building at night where I tend to I fluff around more, and like, you know, in the mornings I just get on with it and just like boom, done. It's just one of those things. Brain tired, I really think that's it. So I'm just adding in the little bits and pieces of clutter. So we've got like our lovely tea set and our bits and pieces from all over the different packs and bits here and there, and I will do some like wall stuff as well. I really wish there was more wall kitchen stuff. I'm glad that we got like a little bit more with the Home Chef Hustle pack. I mean, that was amazing, and I do like the cool kitchen stuff pack as well for the little bits and pieces that we got for hanging on the wall. But yeah, I really do wish there was more stuff, more options for what we could do in the wall in the kitchen. So that's another little shelf just going in the kitchen just to add to it all. I don't know, I was just feeling kitchen creative. Like the kitchen that I do upstairs is also kind of creative too, so just must have been feeling the kitchens last night. I don't know, I was building it last night. And yeah, so I think the kitchen is getting close to done. I'm just putting a few bits and pieces. I did pull out that oven hood up and down, trying to decide whether or not I liked it sticking out or not, and the answer was no, I didn't. So I left it hiding in behind, and I just needed a rug there to finish that off. Thank you very much. And then we are moving on to the dining and living area. So those are going to be kind of mishmash together, but I think that's okay because it is a sort of a socializing kind of area. And I'm just doing like a welcome mat and stuff in there. I did do like a little bit of building along the wall as well, which I think I might skip over, but yeah, there's like some building that I do along this wall. I was like stuffing around with it for ages, and then eventually came up with something. So I finally got there in the end and decided to do like a blue feature wall, and I used I think it's either from Get Famous or no, yeah, it's Get Famous, I think, painting there just as a feature picture, and just made it super big. That solved the problem. So then I'm just working out how I want to lay out the living room and the living area, and then I got the fun job of choosing which couch I'm going to use. And I think I end up going with, I didn't want to end up going neutral, so I ended up going with the Horse Ranch couch of all things, and going blue stripy because it was kind of creamy, stripy, and I felt like it kind of worked. And I liked that it had a pattern on it as well, so there was something a little bit different and broke up the more minimalistic feel of the room. So I was originally going to try a round table, and then that looked absolutely ridiculous by the time I got the chairs on there, because I wanted to use the 4-inch chairs, and then like they just didn't work together. So I was like, okay, we're going to do something a little bit different. So it just took me a little minute just to find which table is going to work with, and end up going with this one here. and that actually worked really nicely with the seating. So I was happy with that option. Just getting it centered and happy days. Then you just need to find the rug. So that's always the fun job, trying to work out which rug you want underneath, and what sort of style you want it to be. I was like looking at geometric patterns and whether or not that would work, and ended up going with this one here, which I think was really pretty and worked really nicely with the other blues that I had in the unit. And I just wanted like a little centerpiece as well. And then we are just about getting to the end of this build, I believe. Just a few more pieces left to go. I think we've done pretty well. It did take me a little while just of fussing around just to work out what paintings I wanted to go up here, because you know how it is, you look at the paintings and they're just never quite right, or they've got like the wrong colored frames. Like I wanted something with like light frames, but it just wasn't happening, so just had to work with what I had, the options to work with. That makes sense. But yeah, I wish you could like change the frame color more, like, you know, like you had like your different swatches and then you can just choose like the frame color with art. That would make me happy. Oh yeah, I found a laundry thing. I was like, oh, should I put that in the laundry? Nah. So then I decided I would put like a hallway or sort of table there, and then move the little side ottoman seat thing over a little bit. I think that's like super cute. I really like that little living room set. I think it's nice. And I think it worked really nicely with the little house that I built. So just putting like another armchair in there, and I think that goes like a little side table, but I put that in behind because that sort of worked a little bit better. And the gold, because I mean the gold, anything with the gold worked really nicely with this, because I've got the gold in the wallpaper obviously. So yeah, that worked nicely. And then just using the grown together coffee tables, because they had that little hint of blue on there and I thought they looked nice. And then I need something on the ground, don't I? I don't think I put like the rug on the one on that wall, but I think I put a rug on the other one. Or did I put rugs on both? Oh yeah, no I do, that's right. But I changed it to blue because that worked nicer. And then I just had a little bit of space on that wall there to fill, so it was the inevitable search through there for a painting, and then that wall there, and then there's something else there, and then I think we're about done. So let's take a tour of what we did. So this is our shared living area here, and I love that rug. I think that rug is absolutely gorgeous, and I wish I could use it more often. And this is the for rent bar back. You can see it there. I think it's absolutely lovely, so if you get a chance to use that, I definitely recommend that. And look, there's the water heater I remembered to put in eventually, and the fuse box that I remembered to put in eventually in our laundry. And then going through to apartment number 1. So this is all about the light creams and the blue. So I actually was successful in getting that blue and cream vision across, I think, but it wasn't quite in the way that I envisioned. I was sort of initially planning more traditional, but it just wasn't working for me. So I'm glad that I changed it up and went with something a little bit more modern. And I love the kitchen. I think it's just something really interesting. It's like kind of pieced together, but yeah, adds a bit of interest. So then going through to the bathroom, you've got the bath on its little platform there, kind of secluded behind the plants a little bit, and the little toilet off to the side, and lots of counter space as well, so that's nice. And then heading off to the bedroom, you've got your divided bedroom, so it's kind of like a bedroom in two. So one part of it is your bed with your relaxation stuff, your vanity, your chess set, and I feel like it's quite classy and lovely and roomy. And then off to the other side, you've got your little entertainment area where you can read, you can watch TV, you can do your work, you can game, you can do whatever you like in that area. But I think it is a nice, big, lovely luxe room. That's our build. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.